punt on 4th and 26 for the 7th time today. He's had a terrific day. Kewan Ratliff at the 30. Ratliff moves up and grabs it at the 29. Now he moved up and then back. Now Ratliff, watch out. Jones is the only man in between Ratliff and 30 or 40 more yards. 47-yard punt, 22 on the return. And there may have been a flag thrown in the bench area.
Well, Donnie Jones did a nice job of getting down there and making a play. Big guy, 6'3", 225 pounds, and usually is the outlet guy. That time he had to be the primary tackler on an excellent return by Kewan Ratliff.
No flag. We'll be right back. On CBS. 1st and 10.
Great time to try to go deep down the field off play action.
Dallas Baker. There's Leak being chased and dropped. I think they might have had that in mind.
Yeah, they were. They were trying to go Dallas Baker, working on Randall Gay, but Chad Lavallee, who is kind of the emotional leader and force guy on this defense, wouldn't let it happen. Quick pressure. They weren't able to get the throw off. 4th sack for the LSU defense now.
Lavallee's first today, but that's his 4th of the season. Loss of 5. 2nd and 15. Here's Leak. Screen pass. Left side. What a play. Randall Gay, fumble.
Calling it incomplete.
Incomplete pass.
But excellent reaction by Randall Gay. He read that screen all the way. He missed the first 4 games with a broken bone in his arm. And ever since he's been back, you know, he gives them another weapon defensively because he can play a lot of positions. He's a senior, and he read that so quickly that Kelvin Kite couldn't even get a block on him.
And that appeared on replay to be a good call by the official. 3rd and 15. This crowd of 92,000 wanting reason to cheer. Here comes the blitz.
Everybody.
Deep, Troop, middle, 1st down. What a play, what a read by Chris Leak.
Well, it was an all-out blitz. 0 coverage. That means everybody's in man-to-man. And Ben Troop is going to be working on Randall Gay, and Gay falls down. Now, they got a good cover guy on Ben Troop, but he falls down. And that leaves Troop wide open, and that was a little reminiscent of Kellen Winslow against West Virginia a couple weeks ago. Going high over the middle for a big catch.
Well, Nick Saban thinks that Ben Troop is second only to Kellen Winslow in terms of ability in the country. Here's a 1st down carry, Seatric Faison to the 35-yard line. Well, that's at least 3 third and long versions I can remember.
3rd and long. I mean, you think that it's right in LSU's wheelhouse, so to speak. And a lot of teams don't choose to go all-out blitz on 3rd and more than 10. And LSU that time chose to do it, and they got burned for it. And the best way to stop a team from blitzing is to beat the blitz. And Chris Leak has done that a couple times today.
2nd and 8. From 35, here's Leak. Pulls it down, goes deep, man coverage. Corey Webster stride for stride down there with Carlos Perez. 3rd and 8. Webster kind of a quiet factor today. Had those 3 interceptions in the game a year ago in the Swamp to help propel LSU to a victory. 3rd and 8. This is a Florida team that is not ranked in either poll this week for the first time in 227 weeks. September of 1990, but they're playing very well today. On 3rd down, Leak got a man open. It's Faison, number 4 with a stiff arm. Faison, Florida, touchdown.
That time, LSU got burnt bad when they tried to blitz.
And timeout has been called by Florida before the extra point try. They might be contemplating a try for two. We'll be right back. Let's take a look at the Fidelity Investment scoring summary today. First touchdown of the day, Skylar Green, 80-yard punt return. That put LSU on top, but it's been all Florida since then. First ran Carthon, 22 yards from Chris Leak. Matt Leach with a couple of field goals, the first from 29. The second a career long from 50 yards. That made it 13-7 at the half. And just moments ago on 3rd and 8, true freshman Chris Leak finds Seatric Faison, number 4, a stiff arm on Travis Daniels into the end zone, and the Gators are up 19-7 with the try to come. They may be going for 2. Looks that way.
Faison didn't get to play in the running back rotation last week against Ole Miss for a disciplinary reason. He did play on special teams. He's trying to make up for it today.
Try for 2 by Florida. Leak with time behind Ben Troop, incomplete. It's 19-7.
2 times today, Florida has beaten LSU's defense by free releasing a back. They did it to Carthon and they did it to Faison, and they've got a 19-7 lead because of it.
And they're very quick. 5:21 to go, third quarter. Florida with the touchdown toss, Leak to Faison, up by a count of 19-7. Seatric Faison and Matt Petrovich will kick off. 48-yard drive. And this crowd of 92,000 plus, even more silent. Devery Henderson will have a chance to return it from the 5. 22-yard line. Take another look at this touchdown.
Well, it was a zone blitz by LSU. Okay, so the pressure is coming from this way. But again, Florida, instead of blocking the back, they released him, and watch Marcus Spears, because he's got to drop off and play pass defense, and he's as fooled as anybody that Faison didn't stay in and block. And he hesitated, and that little hesitation really opened up the gap for Chris Leak, and they get a big touchdown. The second time, instead of blocking a back, they free released him, and it's fooled the LSU defense.
19-7 now as Travis Daniels gets stiff-armed and Faison goes in on first down. Mauk handoff. They try to sweep with Vincent coming left down to 24.
I made the point earlier that this didn't have a big game feel for the LSU crowd. You know what? It is a big game now. I mean, they better feel like a big game, because right now everything that they see out in front of them is in jeopardy.
19 points, the most allowed this year. And remember how Todd told you earlier that LSU had one of the best third down defensive units in the country, and Florida had struggled. Well, so far, Florida is 6 of 12 on third down conversions, and 4 of them have been very lengthy. Here's a play fake, Mauk. And a whistle, dead ball. Flag is down.
You've seen the scores of the earlier games all day. 2 undefeated teams have lost at home today already. Florida State was number 5.
False start against the offense. Movement in the offensive line. The penalty is 5 yards from the previous spot. Still second down.
Number 7, Arkansas, also lost at home today. How many penalties is that now? 9 penalties on LSU for 75 yards, and most of them mental type penalties. You know, I mean, just lack of concentration penalties.
Second and 12 from the 20. Here's Mauk back across the middle. Clayton with a crossing pattern steps out of
Nice play.
LaRon Landry's attempted tackle and gets out for the first down. Ron Zook, of course, formidable task hired to replace Steve Spurrier. Here are the records among those who were hired at the beginning of a year ago. Ty Willingham, Notre Dame, they've got some problems right now. Zook, overall record 11-8. Tedford at California. Chan Gailey at Georgia Tech, 10-9. So amazing, isn't it? Really, I mean, he's got 11-8 record, and you'd think that he was evil incarnate in some areas.
Well, they're rumbling in South Bend too, and the big reason is the expectation level.
Bobby McCray, 3rd sack today. Well, Charlie Strong, his coach, called him out, and boy, has he responded.
He sure has. I mean, he's very quick off the football. He's not an overly big guy. Here he is right here. And see, he comes on an inside stunt, and then he's going to beat the block of Ben Wilkerson, the center. Wilkerson thought the ball was thrown, and he kind of let go, and Bobby McCray just went after the quarterback. But again, either penalties or negative plays, sacks, they just can't get anything going offensively. There's Charlie Strong, first year, came from South Carolina, had been at Florida under Steve Spurrier, defensive line coach in his earlier coaching career. Look at that, there's another false start penalty on LSU.
Oh.
The last time they started on the 40, they ended up 3rd and 30 and ended up having to punt. This is a similar kind of situation. This is going to make it 2nd down and 24.
Against the offense, the penalty is 5 yards from the previous spot.
And, you know, Matt Monk needs to get a hold of this thing right now. I mean, he's a 24-year-old. He's very mature, and his team's not playing well, but they're still in this football game. He's got to get a hold of this situation in the huddle and on the sidelines and get this thing going. They may not get it in this series, but they've got to get this thing going in a different direction.
2nd and 24. Devery Henderson motioned over to the right side. Here's the inside toss. Devery Henderson. Oh, what a flying tackle that was. Channing Crowder. Boy, you do go right to him, don't you?
Yeah, when you watch him, I mean, he just flies around. And this is a knee that had surgery October 1st. And he's back out here, and he's just flying from side to side. He is a great-looking football player.
3rd and 18.
And he was still leading the team with 29 tackles, even though he didn't play the last 2 games.
Dwayne Bowe is one of 3 receivers split wide right. He's the farthest up at the top of your screen. Here's Mock on 3rd down. Underneath, that's a catch and a fumble recovered by LSU. Daryl Dixon with the hit.
And part of that is because the Florida defensive guys know that Matt Mock is looking for Michael Clayton. And so Daryl Dixon just made a beeline right for Michael Clayton. They're reading the quarterback's eyes. They know he's looking for Clayton, and they're going there to make the hit when the ball gets there.
That's going to bring on Donnie Jones. Well, it's been a tumultuous week in Gainesville for this Florida team. Here's Donnie Jones, and Kewan Ratliff awaits it at the 33-yard line. That one returnable. Ratliff at the 28. Knocked down as he gets to the 37-yard line. Lost at home last week to Ole Miss, and on Sunday the players called a meeting, players only. They met for, well, reports are anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half. And in the midst of all those noises in the system, they seem to have responded very well.
Well, I've been involved in some players-only meetings before, and usually when you have one, it can either be very, very therapeutic, and you can come out of there with a new focus, or there can be some finger pointing, and the thing can go in the opposite direction. It's a little bit risky to have one.
Handoff left side on the sweep. This is Jim Tavis Walker, number 24, the 3rd string running back. Let's go back to Tim while we straighten it out.
All right, Vern. Jason White, 15 yards to J1 Rankins, and the Oklahoma dominance of Texas continues. It's 44-13. How about Bob Stoops as a coach in top 25 games? He's 15-2. I'd say that's pretty good. Back to Vern.
And, of course, he was a part of the system at the University of Florida under Steve Spurrier.
I don't know what his numbers are today, but if Jason White is having a good game, he is going to be the front runner for the Heisman Trophy, too.
Leak nailed Lavallee got him.
When you need something good to happen, your best players are the guys that need to step up. Chad Lavallee is one of LSU's best players. Here he is right over the center. Watch him just blow right past. I mean, they didn't even block him. It looks like a screen they were setting up, but if you're going to throw a screen, you got to at least hit the guy before you let him come to the quarterback. Don't let him have a free pass to the quarterback.
Loss of 9. His mom, Carol Lavallee, in the stands from Marksville, Louisiana.
No blitz this time.
3rd and 21. Leak gets a little help, goes right. He's going to tuck it and get out of bounds. Oh my God.
What a dumb play.
Wow. Lionel Turner, what are you thinking?
I mean, it is 3rd and 21. You defended the play. He's nowhere near the first down. I mean, he didn't hit him maliciously, but just peel off. You know, peel off and go to the side. Let him just run out of bounds. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Late hit out of bounds. The penalty is 15 yards from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Automatic first down. We go down to Joe Arrington. Joe?
Well, guys, you saw Seatric Faison score that touchdown the last series. He's the 3rd string tailback. The reason why he was in there, well, Rand Carthen has a right hamstring pull. He's out of the game. Also, Deshaun Wynn has a neck sprain. He's out for the game. There is no question that Florida still has lots of athletes.